Kelvin Taylor had another expose about OSP Kesi Japan Abetoja. Yeah, Oma Sika Oma spend from the year 2022 to 2025. Name Omontimin prosecute Nipa Bakokra. Yeah, or President John Dramani Mahama. Any NDC Amanyoku no say. No office no. Omen close no. And as a Omon Saka no in free office by the end of this year. Now, Kevin Ekobedu Taylor had a leaked information be about told us that in the year 2022, the Office of Special Prosecutor was allocated an amount of 117 million Ghana cedis. And then in the year of 2023, so you allocated 80 million Ghana cedis. And then the year 2024, you man 149 million Ghana cedis. And then in the year 2025, you man 75 million Ghana cedis. Say okay can sika ya allocated to OSP the office from year 2022 to the year 2025 scanning now summed up to 545.75 million Ghana cedis. Demom enipa ba kokra no OSP intimi em prosecute no eno na Kelvin Taylor abedwam ato ensem amane President John Dramani Mahama ene afenso no ne cabinet say the OSP cover Ken Ofori Atta any offense no enkophobia who are supposed to face prosecution and into no aban no ene no endi anase aban no ensesa no in free office wa or
Let's enter the wagon. These are the three musketeers. Our special prosecutor's office. Very dangerous people. Sameda Akon, Akurugu, and Kesi Be, the El Capitano. Sanko for me in some way. If the president is listening to me, you need to sack them, investigate them, and prosecute them. I'm going to say this again. Sanko for me in some way at the office of the special prosecutor. Say Ghana, CPC move forward. This government needs to do everything to sack these three people, investigate them, and prosecute them. These people have made the special prosecutor's office a cash cow. They are dangerous men. And when I talk about dangerous men, they are the ones between us fighting corruption, us fighting people who have stolen from us. These three people. From the office of the special prosecutor. Kesi Be is a very dangerous man. Kesi Be or a nipebia or a very diabolic. And he's a very good actor. Or a very good in acting. So he can use his actions to deceive you. Yakas will be a chameleon. Kesi Be. Kesi Be, the features are so different from Ofori Atta. Sit back and analyze very well. The line of conversation, his gestures, the way he processes things, and the way he's able to buy your mind. Kesi Be and Ofori Atta almost use the same playbook. They always play the victim. That is the strategy. And you see, in our Ghanaian culture, we see people who always play victims as people who are being, who are always right, who are supposed to be protected, and that is the game these people play with us. So Kesi Be any sanko for me anyway. Amuna $14 million a year. Near the special prosecutor's office. These are the people who spend the money. Yeah. Because I don't think there's anybody in the special prosecutor's office who takes more salaries or whose pecs and as incentives or office is bigger than these three people. Nobody. These are the three people who handle the $14 million. That budget na the special prosecutor's office. These are the three people. Kesi Be is a millionaire. Kesi Be has basically fortified himself when it comes to maneuvering, finding ways and means to make us believe he's working. We cannot dish out $14 million every 12 months to this man And then at the end of the month, he will come and give us press conference and sing and tell us to say, oh, Yankonam. And then we sit in Ghana and fold our arms and say, hey, no, it should never happen again. Since this guy was made a special prosecutor, he has not put anybody in jail. This guy has tactically evaded accountability. And what he does all the time is that he is more proactive when it comes to being taking care of the issue before we even get there. And you see this guy, he's proactive in protecting criminals. He can look through the system. Because remember, all these security agencies, they talk to each other somehow. It might not be direct, but indirect. And all these whispers, he hears them. And he knows who has stolen from who has stolen from us. And he's always the first to knock at criminals' doors. Because the moment he does that, all the security agencies have to step back. In the first place, the Special Prosecutor's Office, the intentions are not it was wrong. And I'm talking about Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo setting up the Special Prosecutor's Office. It wasn't to fight corruption. Now, you know, the Special Prosecutor's Office was one, to go after his political opponents. That was straightforward. And that was to go after Mahama and his brothers, go after the NDC, go after. So, strategically, as we all know, Akufo-Addo, very diabolical, slimy, dangerous politician, he wanted to use the same NDC to prosecute NDC. And what he did was, he convinced Martin Amidu, who was bitter already. Martin Amidu, who always felt he was supposed to be vice president than Mahama. Martin Amidu, who always felt he's intelligent than anybody in the NDC. The moment they approached him, he saw it as a good opportunity to prove himself to his own NDC. So he looked through and saw a better man, Martin Amidu, and said, come and be the special prosecutor. Now, when Martin Amidu came into office, Martin Amidu realized that the documents he is seeing and the level of corruption going on, he realized that what is in front of him or ahead of him is greater than what is behind him. Because he took a step back and he could not get anything substantial to prosecute. Now, when Martin Amidu decided to look at what is in front of him, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo switched. Now, at a point, Martin Amidu was like, you know what? You are forcing me to do something that I know I cannot do. Because there's a difference between somebody being accused of something and somehow being guilty, and somebody you are forcing somebody to be guilty about something. Now, Martin Amidu Behu say Akufo-Addo didn't see officer just to go after enemies. Now, what happened was, time Akufo-Addo said Martin Amidu does not want to play ball, they devised a plan and they kicked him out. Now, after Akufo-Addo kicked Martin Amidu out, he still needed to make a statement, because now the agenda has still not been fulfilled. And the agenda is to prosecute Mahama, prosecute his brothers, go after the NDC, and make sure they put all of them in jail. But he wanted to do it without his fingerprints being shown in there. That is the modus operandi of these Achim Sakawa boys. Gabi, Ofori, Atta, Bamti, that is their work. They stay behind the scenes. It's the same way they did the PDS. They will sit back, get their boys to do the damage, and then when you start to point fingers, you won't see them. Unless you are like me, you go deep and bring WhatsApp chat, bring documents, audios, before you can see their fingerprints in there. So they basically decided to look for somebody who would do that job. Now, when this guy came into office, he realized that the Akufo-Addo government and the Akufo-Addo family, they have done too much damage. Now, this guy did not know what to do. Is he going to go after the Akufo-Addo government? Or he's going to just let them slide and then make his money? So this guy too adopted a strategy. I'm not going to go after them. I am going to make sure that I also make enough money from this office. So what he did was, I am now going to be a protector of the people who employed me. Instead of him being a prosecutor, he became a protector. So instead of him prosecuting these people who are in government and what he came to meet, remember, this guy came to meet a lot of docket, prosecutorial docket on the desk of Martin Amidu. In fact, he came to meet Ejapa. He came to meet PDS. He came to meet low-hanging fruit cases. He did not touch them. Now, what this guy came to represent was a protector of corruption. Now, what we are seeing now is that Kesi Be, who was supposed to be a prosecutor, who was supposed to be the mouthpiece of us, the watchdog, now Kesi Be has become the protector of his employer. And he is now protecting the people who employed him to be sitting on the booty. When I say on the booty, every money that has been sent to the Special Prosecutor's Office at this point, when you do the accountability of those monies, it is zero, because we have gotten nothing out of the millions that we pumped into that office. Now, when Kesi Be was coming, he was very strategic about who he can trust and who he can't. So he looked for people he had worked with before and people that can help him protect crime. Now, let me show you. This guy, your friend, Same Dako, Deputy Director of Communication at the office of the, Same Dako, in fact, he spoke recently. Now, this Same Dako guy, I also not share glasses, no? He works with the Special Prosecutor. The Special Prosecutor is now the Special Protector, and he's protecting crime. Now, look at this. You see this guy? This Same Dako guy not share glasses, no? Special Prosecutor, the law firm, Cromwell Gray LLP. Now, this law firm, Same Dako ni ejuma. Now, when he was coming, he brought Same Dako with him. And when you check the list of members in his chamber, you can see up there, email address kisi.ejabeng@cromwellgray.org, chamber head, Miss Nana Abba Aqua, chamber deputy, Mr. Dennis Frimpong Ajabeng. There you go, members, Kesi Be was in there. Then you go to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Mr. Samuel Apia Dako. So he came with this guy from the same law firm. He knew what he was doing. He needed somebody he could trust, that when he is doing his things, he wouldn't be exposed, because it's always important to cover your ass. Now, a man called Akurugu. I have spoken about Akurugu before. Now, I'm talking about these three musketeers. They are the poisoner you're dealing with as a nation now. No? These are the dangerous people at the Special Prosecutor's Office. These three people. Akurugu too used to work at the customs. So he knows paperwork. Everything at the port, Akurugu is a kingpin. And Nuntina La Bianca case, Akurugu was the one who handled it. They were able to clear La Bianca. So when he came into office, he knew what he was coming to do. Akurugu joined him later after Onesame Dakunwe Baye. So he had a plan. And that plan was he will make sure, say on to me and prosecute the employer. He will protect the employer and also make money. Now, the Special Prosecutor only docket to be Ofori Atta, so he doesn't have one single docket. He's lying. He's a liar. I'm not sure what there. At the continue, why these people are not supposed to be in that office, and why the government needs to make sure they need to go. By the end of this year, they need to sack these people. I'm telling you, if we don't sack these people, we are going to fail as a people, and the NDC government is going to fail. I'm telling you, these are bad people. If we don't sack and nullify that office or appoint a new person or new people, we will not succeed in the fight against corruption. This guy is not a prosecutor. He is a protector of corruption. Now, I'm sure idea. We are talking about a man Oye Juma was Special Prosecutor's Office. Sameda Akuwe, and then he spoke. And take your time. You be OSP statement now. We yabanim. Samuel Apia Dako, Director Strategy TA. The Juma Oyenwo Special Prosecutor's Office, or a Director Strategy Research Communication Division OSP. He's supposed to be the person who heads the strategic part of the office, the research part of the office, and the communication part of the one person. So he doesn't want to give that work, that research to anybody. He doesn't want to give what we call the strategic part of that OSP office to anybody, and also the communication. Ask yourself why. The OSP is run on only 3 legs. This guy, Akurugu, and Kesi Jabin, 3 people. And these things he has created, these are all supposed to be different offices taking care of different things, independently working. But you see, or the side we share Sami Asi, because that is the only way they can control the office. Sometimes, that is how bad the special prosecutor's office is. Now, and we also had the communications director of the OSP, special prosecutor's office, in Wakasimbi. And before we delve into today's special prosecutors, fumbling and lies, I want us to look at it, and you see. I will let you understand perception of the office. Are they working for Ghana, or they are working as political appointees that are working in favor of a group of people? Because if you do a special prosecutor's officer, your job is to work for every single Ghanaian who voted for NDC, against NDC, for MPP. You work for a Ghanaian. You don't ask for their color. You don't ask about where they belong when it comes to their political affiliation. Your job is to work for Ghanaians. These are people who are not supposed to be in that office. It is understandable that, and I'm quoting him, Muntieno, we NOS second in command at OSP's office. It is understandable that the AG may be under public pressure, particularly regarding progress on the oral matter. What you say? And this is when, after the Attorney General came out to say the special prosecutor or cancer or the docket in the Breno, Mama investigations not to us. Communicator or the Penini OSP officer, what you say? Attorney General were under pressure because of oral. What has oral got to do with this conversation? So he's playing politics. He is trying to drag NDC into it. He is trying to separate them from the government. He is trying to make it look like, say, the Attorney General was appointed by the president into NDC. Now, they were appointed by the Kufuor administration. MPP for. Let me show you. I say, it is understandable that the AG may be under public pressure, particularly regarding progress on the oral matter, and that there is widespread interest in seeing Mr. Ofori brought to trial. I see, on him say age, or appointed or was appointed by the president. No, it is a pressure that age is to say, the oral now oral the bay you must say Ofori Ghana. What has this got to do with oral and OSA Attorney General's office be under pressure? It is obvious. The Attorney General wants to get to the bottom of these criminal cases, because the Attorney General, his job is to make sure that people who stole from us at the end of the day face trial until he is under pressure. He needs to get the work done. But these people don't see it like that. They say, Attorney General being under pressure, it is because a president appointed until Attorney General was under pressure or person or Ofori Taba. Attorney General under pressure or didn't you see Ofori Tasem? This is a guy who is working at the office of the special prosecutor, who is supposed to go and bring Ofori for us to prosecute. Or catcher say, Attorney General, any abri say too much, said, then Sabeka Ofori Aden, oral na, and this for promise, and then I'm under pressure. This alone is to be sacked. Now, on the second paragraph, I'll say, however, just as the AG has often reminded the public, especially supporters of the NDC, that investigations and prosecutions take time, the same understanding should be extended to the OSP. Or say, Attorney General, no, Senior Debia say, or share NDC for bo. The Attorney General is the Attorney General of the Republic of Ghana. When Attorney General speaks, he speaks to the people. He speaks to the citizenry. He speaks to every single citizen. Many sure Attorney General has ever spoken on TV and said, this my address is to the NDC people because they are eager. They want oral to work. This one goes to the MPP. They are eager because they don't want oral to work. Into another someone say, I Attorney General no said there be a press conference on the NDC for kasa efa ora huninti. And na ama na adran say I was say na okay you say the same understanding should be extended to the OSP. Or say Attorney General no or sorry no a press conference na or catch the NDC for say omunya abotre. Na oral cases ni no they will deal with it no. Or say I also catch Attorney General say can Ofori Atta case no a MPP for case into ono so nya abotre. If you say almost no they are talking to the MPP people so almost nya abotre. Into Attorney General enya the same abotre. You and I, our taxpayers, yesikana yejejeno ene di tua ne ka ko hedan odem. Go and ask him how much his salary is. Teacher ni bie ni Ghana, the salary do akwa with salary. Yema Office of the Special Prosecutor. Says since the Kesi being about office, thank you, Mr. S. Almost 60 million. And I'll show you. Thank you, team. Since the Kesi being office as a special prosecutor, Sikaya say on Kesi being on this guy on Akurugu. Since the Kesi being by office as a special prosecutor on this sanko for me and sa we be share office one. From time on by office, this is the amount of money we have spent on these people. This is the amount of money. Since Kesi being assumed office as Ghana's special prosecutor in August 2021, the Office of the Special Prosecutor has received the following budget allocation. The year 2022, onya 170 million Ghana was approved by Parliament. In 2023, onya 80 million Ghana. In 2024, onya 149 million Ghana. In 2025 budget, onya 146.7 million Ghana. In total, 2022 to 2025, Kesi Jabin any sanko for me and some way omkano, you know omkano no. Omonya allocation sika ya dia mo muso mufanya juma 545.75 million. Besides, what's the dollar equivalent? The dollar equivalent is 50 point. The dollar equivalent of a year Sasika we are $50.5 million. This money from 2022, since the Kesi being a special prosecutor, these three people, we have spent $50.5 million. They have not prosecuted one person. These three people. They have not even prosecuted one person. One. To say, we have been able to prosecute this person. No. Today he's using a strategy. Oh, plea bargain. These people are criminals. They need to be sacked. We have to be angry, get on the street or walk to their office and sack them from there. We need to get in there and tell them to go home. For the past 1, 2, 3, 4 years, you are spending $50.5 million. Wouldn't be a bit my on these three people. Opa Ochamamon publish some salaries. You'll be shocked. Police ni, soldier ni, marine, navy, no civil servant or what Ghana and a job salary. These people take the highest salary in Ghana. So the question is, what do they use the money for? And when we are asking them simple questions, this boy comes to tell us, say, yes, Yeneno, OS Attorney General no, is speaking to NDC 4. Get me that Sammy boy. Or catch there say, Attorney General no, or ye Jumama NDC 4. A dear pan why na abrabuma you're spending $50.5 million what so. You know the money, the cars they have. You know the money they have. Office of the Special Prosecutor me saying $50.5 million. These people and they have small catch there. Attorney General a press conference or catch the NDC 4 say or already they are working on the Munyabo almost so catch Ghana 4 say Omo de Ekufuado na appoint your munti Ken Ofori Atta case ni ye nya abotre. Asema boy we ka kire no. 50.5 million. Team, thank you. And we sit here and we are talking. We don't need to talk again. This needs to end. These guys are not supposed to be taking our money again. They are doing business with that office. These are dangerous people. We are not supposed to be smiling about this. We are not supposed to be sitting on TV and having long grammar about why are you even having grammar about this? This is a cartel. This is a cartel. This thing. This is a cartel. Can't you see it? The OSP must be sacked and investigated and you see, the investigative part in here because I have something. And OSP, neskanda mi wiye I feel I'm a detailed job at OSP. I'm now going to show you the business he's done from his office. Or an next officer or yet deals with her. I feel I'm a videos. This man. So I'm smart or intelligent and greedy and resigning. But you know what? He's scared to resign because he doesn't know what is coming. Whether it's going to end him up in jail. And in the last 2 weeks, Oko Kumasi said, Oko Kachi 2 for Pacha Omano. This guy, he knows. Same way, Ubetman Ekufu out of time or so. Now Ekufu mbre now communications D&D OSP office. Robert trust statement. Ekufu no because I said we now don't want to war. Now Gabi to war. Now almost to war show. NDC if we to move for a month. You NDC people, when we talk to you people, you don't listen. This is not something you entertain. I'm telling you, these 3 people can cut your governance short. I am telling you, NDC people. $50.5 million. Mumuchan say on receipt for Ijuma Bakumpa. Let him come and show us one job he has done.